Hi, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge. Today I've got another Ganzo knife to look at. This is the G743. It's a flipper. It's got a nice, very deep carry clip. It comes in this nice green, or black, or orange. And I'll have to double check if it's in wood or not, with wooden scales. The green and black one are knives that I've purchased myself, and this one's brand new. I just got this one yesterday. Ganzo sent it to me for free to do a review on. So I get to do a review where I look at all three of these. And each one of them is very, very much alike. They're all made very, very well. One of the big differences, the G10 on the orange is very fine, the surface, and on the black and the green, the texture is much more aggressive. That's not to say the texture is aggressive, it's just more aggressive. It's actually quite very, very nice. I prefer the texture on the green and black one. And in the video, I'll be looking at these two, and I'm going to save this one for playing with later, because I just barely got it. I've only tried to flip it 2 times. I'm not sure if I need to make an adjustment or if it just needs to wear in a little bit. Probably just needs to wear in a little bit. So you can flip it or thumb stud it, and it comes open nicely Ganzo. The G743, if you want to take a closer look at these with me, stick around and we'll do a tabletop review on these knives. All right, so here we've got the G743. It also comes in orange. So what we've got is your typical pointy kind of flipper. You can flip it just by pressing down. You don't have to do any wrist action on these. They've got a nice fluid action. I've never been a good flipper. You just saw 2 fails in a row, and now I got it again. So for me to use a flipper, I sort of have to concentrate to get it done right, unless I use a little bit of wrist action. I don't know, it's just the way I am, I guess. I'm not a real flipping kind of guy. But let's take a look at the specs first. We've got a full flat grind on a blade that has a cutting edge of around 85 millimeters. That's 8.5 centimeters. Which equals 3 1/4 inches. That's the cutting edge. The blade itself would be measured a little bit longer, all the way up to the bolster. Full flat grind, drop point dropping all the way along, as you can see on there. The top edge is just slightly rounded on the edges, so the edges are nice and soft. Stonewash blade. It's right side only thumb stud, which, you know, it's too bad they don't do the ambidextrous thing, but the flipper is ambidextrous, so that's a good thing. And yeah, the flipper does work, so you know, shouldn't have too much trouble flipping it. Most people are better flippers than I am. I'm just not that coordinated with it. I'm terrible with it with my left hand. There you go. You can see the number on there, I hope. There you go, 743 by Ganzo. They have automatic knives that look very much like this. Actually, they're a little more new style kind of looking. Instead of having a rounded bottom, they've got sort of a flat kind of edge. If you can have an automatic knife where you live, I encourage you to check out their automatic knives. Those things look really sweet. I wish we could have automatics here in Canada. Okay, so I gave you pretty much the specs on the knife. That thumb stud works as well for flipping it open. You can tell I can do it with a little more authority when I flick it with my thumb than I can using the flipper. You can just hear it whacking in there. These are all frame locks. Both of mine come with they lock up at pretty much the same depth the black one not quite as deep as the green one. There's room for wear in there, so that's, they're right around just, the green one's just past the midpoint of the knife, and the black one's right on about 50% right there. So it's got room to wear. The clip is a nice, very deep carry clip. Look at that. The clip is actually deeper than the knife. So people might not see the knife at all when it sits in your pocket if you use that deep clip. But the cost you pay for that is that it's tipped down. There's no option for tip-up carry. There's no option to change it from right to left. It just is what it is. We've got Torx screws throughout. Just those few Torx screws that there are. The scales you can take off. I have not taken one of these apart yet, but hopefully I can hold this at just the right angle. I think you can see right there that both the washers are brass. Frame lock engages really well. There's no little relief cutout on this liner arm here, which I think makes for a stronger lock. So it looks like it's a liner lock back here, but up here, the way it functions, I guess you would technically call that a frame lock. The detent is pretty strong on these. You can shake it pretty hard and they won't come loose and move on you. I'll show you how it sucks it in by pushing it over. It waits till the last little moment. And there you go, just at the very last second. This one's got a really soft closing, but once it's closed, it stays closed as well. It doesn't come flying open easily. Come on. I would like the detent on these to be just a little bit stronger, to be totally honest with you, though. Even though it doesn't come out, I think I could get a better chance at getting it to flip open if I could build up more resistance first and then have it let go. Be that as it may, doesn't really matter. There's your Ganzo logo. That's etched on there. These are G10. Nice and slim, rounded edge on the bottom there. So you've got, if you want to hold it like this with a rounded edge, you can hit some pressure points or manipulate some pressure points if you need to. I really, really like this very deep carry clip. I just wish it would go on both sides, and especially like it if they could have made it somehow to fit back here. If they used this exact same clip, the back end would have to be quite a bit wider. I really like how slim it is, so the tip down carry for me for this knife isn't bad at all. How much does this thing weigh? Well, let's take a look. .5 ounces, 127 grams. The length of it when it's closed is 4.5 inches. And the total length, that 4.5 inches is 11.5 centimeters. The entire length is 20 centimeters or 8 inches. For a size comparison, a lot of you have the Ganzo 727M. And these two knives, let's line them up, are very close to the same length. The 727 is just a little bit longer. The blades, the cutting edges, I'll put them right next to each other, are very close to the same length. So it's a very similar size knife to that. I really like it. Subscribe to this channel. You'll be notified of every video that comes out. Tell your friends, hit like, and most of all, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb. Bye now.